어디 꽂혀도 상관없으니까 가볍게. 안 자고 뭐해? 지금?
Prepare to dive into the complex world of modern romance because today we're talking about Nevertheless Season 2. But hold on to your hearts because it's not just more of the same. Season 2 promises to be a different chapter in the tangled web of love and emotions. So is Nevertheless Season 2 happening? Did Netflix renew the series? Well, the answer to this question is a bit complicated. But since this is one of the most popular Netflix TV shows, we should expect to see a second season sooner or later. Created by JTBC, Nevertheless is based on the popular Naver webtoon. The story is simple yet very, very complicated, as Nevertheless focuses on two people who fall in love with each other and are continuously bothered by their past and different personalities. Despite the challenges, Yunabai, a hopeless romantic, and Park, a man who doesn't really believe in love, fall for each other and their life takes a wild turn once they meet each other. As mentioned before, we are still waiting for Netflix and JTBC to renew the show for a second installment. I'll be honest with you, I think Nevertheless should go beyond its first installment. The show follows a unique narrative with original storylines as it explores some issues that were never really explored in a TV show. Watching the first season, I couldn't help but think of the After series. You know, that love franchise about Hart and Tessa and their toxic relationship? Anyways, when it comes to K-dramas, the decision to continue the series is not up to Netflix only. JTBC is equally involved in the decision even though Netflix acquired the rights to the K-drama. And when it comes to K-dramas, a renewal is more complicated as it all depends on the domestic rating. The problem with Nevertheless is it didn't really manage to be successful enough when it comes to Korean audiences. On Netflix, the show did great, which gives us hope that season 2 will happen. The first episode achieved 2.207% ratings nationwide, but the following episodes had lower ratings. For instance, the 9th episode achieved a rating of 0.8%. This is why Netflix is still considering the renewal idea. Do you think, guys, that Nevertheless should go beyond its second installment? Let us know. So let's say the streaming giant gives a green light. When should we expect to see Nevertheless Season 2? While we don't know the definite release date, it's always fun to speculate, right? The 10 episodes aired from June 19th to August 21st, 2021. It's been 2 years since the premiere, and if Netflix renews the series soon, we should expect to see the premiere of Season 2 sometime in the summer of 2024 at the earliest. Now let's discuss some plot details and mind-blowing theories, shall we? Nevertheless is a toxic TV show. That's what most people said after watching the series, but they watched it. We all watched those 10 episodes. This is because Nevertheless is a realistic portrayal of most relationships nowadays. The show also explores how different people have different views on a romantic relationship. Even if two people love each other, their perspectives are different, which could lead to a complicated bond. Nabai wants commitment, while Jaeyeon is afraid of it. At least that's what I ended up thinking in the end. He is not the kind of guy that commits with one girl. He dates at least 2 girls, and one of those girls, Nabai, wants to see him commit to her. The fact that she even tries to leave him a couple times but fails as he makes her feel guilty because of her view on relationships is messed up. But again, this is reality. This is what a lot of relationships are like in real life, and we need to spread awareness. At one point in the series, she tells her friends that she needs to look at relationships from a different perspective because she's too serious, and others are, well, not. Then, she tries to focus on her career without involving too many emotions in her life. But how could she? She's going against herself, and it gets more and more difficult every day. Then the two start dating, and this is when we realize just how amazing this show is. The differences, the character development, and sometimes even the lack of character development, the storylines, and the actors. Oh, the amazing, talented actors. Everything about Nevertheless is perfect. When you think about it, even the story is perfect with all those imperfections. I love the fact that we gazed upon the love lives of the supportive characters. Everyone was able to relate to at least one of them, and that's exactly why we all binge-watched the 10 episodes so soon. Nevertheless asks one very simple question: why can't relationships be simple? While most people enjoyed the series despite the toxic elements, some fans think it would have been better season 1 finale was different. This is because fans wish she chose Potato Boy over that red flag walking man. For me, the perfect ending would have been if she chose herself. You know, she could have spent some time focusing on herself instead of being in a toxic relationship. Before we explore more updates and differences, make sure you subscribe to our channel and hit that notification bell. Why? Because you won't want to miss a single beat of Nevertheless Season 2. Join our community of romantic souls and keep the convo going by leaving a comment or two, sharing your hopes for Season 2. So is anyone on board for the potential second installment? Since we're still waiting for Netflix to renew the series, the official cast hasn't been confirmed, but if Season 2 happens, the amazingly talented lead characters Han So-hee and Song Kang will return to reprise their roles. But did Nabi choose Jae-eon in the end? The question is a bit complicated, and we'll go through a couple of theories in order to give a definite answer. First, did you guys notice that the titles of the episodes in Nevertheless reveal the plot? There is an episode titled I Know It Isn't Love, followed by Nevertheless. This reveals clues regarding Nabi's feelings. This proves that she is aware of his commitment issues. She knows this but decides to go for it even if this relationship makes her feel bad. The 9th episode is titled I Know It's Over Nevertheless. The title perfectly depicts the final events. Naturally, we all wonder whether she will go back to him even though she said she didn't want to see him ever again. Is she going to believe his words? He said he was ready to make their relationship official because of Do-hyuk's presence, and the not-so-surprising thing is that she chose him despite all of the red flags. We don't really have a reason to wonder whether she really chose him. This is confirmed in episode 10's title, Nevertheless I Still. Her decision is clear. When you think about it, her previous relationships were quite toxic. I'm not saying that Jae-eon is a good choice, but he's the one who sees the real Nabai. And yes, even though he is a walking red flag, she feels in control when with him. She's 100% aware of his red flags, but somehow this makes her feel both good and bad about herself. Maybe she leans more to the good side. Maybe she knows what she's doing after all. When he feels jealous after seeing Do-hyuk as competition, he realizes he has more serious feelings for Nabai, and that is definitely going to make him appreciate her more. As for the plot of the second installment, it could go in any direction and we'll love it. The most popular theory suggests that the potential season 2 will continue right after season 1 stopped. In an interview with Tattler, the actor Song Kang talked about Nevertheless, sharing his thoughts on the characters and their arcs. He said he hopes for more exploration of Bitna's story. A bit of fans refer to her as the girl Jae-eun. And that wraps up our discussion on why a potential season 2 of Nevertheless is set to be a different kind of romantic journey. If you're as intrigued as we are about this fresh take, give this video a thumbs up and share your thoughts in the comments below. Stay tuned for more heart-fluttering discussions. See ya!